hacking will going to remain forever. Okay, because it is simply a side effect of internet. Okay, if you don't want hacking to happen, if you don't want people to disturb you, if you want to keep your online privacy safe, then you have to switch off internet. Switch offing internet going to happen because people live in internet these days. So all we have to do is we need to make ourselves safe, to make sure we are not a victim of a cyber threat or a cyber crime. Okay, so now we'll start with a simple demo. Then I'll show simply protect ourselves from cyber threats. Okay, so now we are at war. Okay, as we speak now, we are talking about one person. I'm being a target. My money is being stolen from my account digitally. No, that's not what we are talking here. We are talking about cyber threats which are larger, which are massive. Okay, so now my question is, are you safe? Everybody who's listening to me, are you safe? Let's see, we are safe or not. Okay, this is one of the link for world's largest breach. Okay, I'm just trying to show how large these breach and how how harmful this can be. uh, Shankari madam, are you able to see my screen, the browser?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So this is an attack history of world's biggest data breaches and hacks. Okay. Now, if you see the bigger circle here is Facebook. Okay. Now, let me click on this Facebook and let's see what just this breach is. Okay. The phone numbers of 419 million Facebook accounts have been leaked. Okay. So when did this happen? Yes, this happened exactly on 2019. So if you are using Facebook anytime between 2018 to 2020, victim of the Facebook hack. Okay, yes, Facebook, Microsoft, Onyx Data, Twitter, Indian job seekers, the biggest ever solution providers, the biggest ever software companies out there being hacked. Okay, so the information will leak out very easily. It's very on somebody as a target and a victim. Okay, so now think about it. Are you safe? Your information could be on the 400. We are not sure whether, well, am I a victim? Yes, I could be a victim because I'm also using Facebook. Okay, here we have Twitter. If I'm not using Facebook, yeah, I'm using a Twitter. Maybe my information may be out there at 330 million, one of the 330 million. And Onyx Data is for LinkedIn. Oh my God, LinkedIn is also being hijacked. And for some time, this information is also out there. And yes, anything that you see, Facebook, Google, Firebase is also from one of the solution from Google, Dubsmash. Okay, so don't you think that we are clearly not safe? So it is important to protect somebody's privacy. Okay, but the somebody is not a cybersecurity engineer, or somebody is not your father or mother. That somebody is just you, and you have to protect yourself. And if you don't know how to protect yourself, then you might be a victim. And what will happen to a victim is just a different story. There are a lot of movies that we have already seen. Well, some movies of Vishal, and we have another movie, that the recent movie of Dulquer Salman. All these movies are showing you a little bit hacks and how to exploit people and what harm can be done to people, right? So I'm not going to talk about what harm that you can do using an internet, because there is a huge topic and there are a lot of victims and there are a lot of people, people's life at stake when it comes to hacking. Okay, I just recommend you to have this podcast. Just listen to this podcast, Hackable, from Google Podcast. Google Podcast is a free application from Google. You can install it, and it's just a simple online radio kind of thing. So you can search for Hackable, and you can go through some 36 episodes of hacking series. What is hacking and how people are getting harmed because of hacking, and even is it possible to hack a car, a computer, a mobile phone, or even a refrigerator in your house or whatnot. Okay, anything connected to the internet can be hacked, to be frank. Even it can be your iPhone or a Google Watch or a HoloLens or any wearable gadget for that matter. Okay, so yes, I'll repeat once again. Go to Google Podcast, or install Google Podcast on your phone and look for Hackable. Okay, the hackable
வீடியோ
will.
மூஞ்சி தெரிஞ்சுது.
Anything connected to the internet can be hacked. To be frank, even
I'm
if
sorry.
your iPhone
I
or
request the participant to mute your mic and disable the
for
camera.
that matter. Okay, so yes, I'll repeat once again. Go to
Sir, you can
Google
proceed, sir.
Podcast or install Google
Yes.
Podcast on
So
your
we are talking a lot of things here. Okay, and one thing is the largest breaches that we have. But is it happening real time? If we ask, is it happening real time? This is the digital attack map. Okay, just give it a minute to load. Okay, I'll show you the digital attack, DDoS attacks, that is distributed denial of service. We can target a website and bring it down. For example, let's say you are the business owner of Amazon. Okay, and Amazon uses a website. Simple, it's just a website, an internet service to do the digital marketing. Right now, if I target Amazon, if I bring Amazon down for a week, what will happen? It will happen a million of billions and billions of loss for Amazon, right? So yes, DDoS, the distributed denial of service, is a kind of an attack. You can target a business and you can bring the business to stop. Okay, you can really bring the business to stop when you use a DDoS attack. Okay, so here is a DDoS map of today. Okay, how what attacks are happening across the worldwide and from which country to which country, and then you will come to know whether we are in war or not. We might not be fighting with atomic weapons. We might not be fighting on using assault rifles. We might not be fighting using a sniper or a simple blade or axe, but we are fighting on the internet day in and day out. Okay, so this let's give it a minute to load. Okay, then we'll see real time what attacks are happening across, and I'll also open some other links which might give you more information on how vulnerable we are. Right now, if you see, this is May 25th attack map. Okay, this is a May 25th attack map. Can you see there is an attack happening on Brazil and some attacks happening on Australia? Oh, come on, the attack is everywhere. It's not just one place or one country. It's just completely random and completely, you know, unprecedented. And if you see, wherever there is more internet, there are more attacks. Okay, see, if you see if you see Emirates, if you see European countries, if you see United States, and if you see Brazil here, Australia and Korea and Hong Kong, China, India. Okay, wherever there are people who use more and more number of internet, there are attacks happening across. You might not know, you might be doing it, you might be causing it, you might be your device might be a piece of DDoS, but you never know. The hacker might have implanted a simple software and make you and just making a request in the background to a server which need to be brought down. And same way, the hacker might have implanted a small piece of ad or a small piece of software in any of your machines and might be causing an attack without you noticing. Maybe the attack is going from your device, but you never know. You're causing damage to somebody out there in the world without knowing it. Yes. So this is a real map, and this is on 25th of 2020. If you want to see large attacks, you just play it from the day of 2018. What happened? 2015. What happened? So these many attacks we monitor, we have seen so far. Okay, the attacks are still going, growing and growing and growing every day. Every day, if you see, the volume of attacks is growing, and all these traffics, all these attacks on traffics on the scale of uh, gigabytes. It's all the traffic. See, you might not be able to use maybe 3 GB or 4 GB within a day. These attacks, we are talking about terabytes of attacks that is happening. You know what? Some attacks are overwhelming. The country will be completely isolated from the internet. Okay, so every country has their own internet routers. The internet routers which are on the which are there to monitor the incoming traffic to the country. So by targeting those routers and bringing more bandwidth to those routers, sometimes the routers might not be able to connect to the other part of the world. So that means you can make a country blind by using a DDoS attacks if the bandwidth is heavy enough. Okay, so now cyber threat. Now we are talking about threats or infect being using a malware, using a software to infect. Now this is an internet attack. This is a fileless internet attack, right? Now we have file-based attacks as well. I can implant a file that might harm your machine. I can send an email to you, a malicious file, and that can hurt you. Okay, so simply if you see India, let's take India. Okay, now we have banking trojans. 4.4 percentage of machines in India has banking trojans. Trojans are Trojans are a simple software that will extract information, so the information can be used to steal money from your bank account. So 4.4 percentage of the devices in India having a banking trojans, and we have botnets, we have crypto miners, we have mobile hacking happening, we have ransomware attack 2.3 percentage. See, these attacks are not about small people. It's not about you. It's not about me. If you know recently, Cognizant, CTS, the big it's a giant in the IT service provider. IT solutions extended as a service. Okay, the service, they are service extra companies. They are providing knowledge as service. They are providing business processing as a service. We call it as BPO and KPO and whatnot. They have developers as well. So CTS got a ransomware attack, and they have to be nearly 74 million US dollars to recover their business. And now people are being laid off from CTS. Now this is an offline term. Okay, just check yourself what is happening to the people who's working on CTS. Okay, so we are all critical now. Those jobs who are lost, people who lost those jobs at this time, like Corona time. Okay, they're completely lifeless, right? They don't have money, they don't know what to do next, and they will not get a job because the world is in the same situation now. If that ransomware attack didn't happen, the life of the people could have been saved. Now I'm not talking about life of one person or 2% or it may be hundreds and thousands of individuals that might be harmed with a ransomware attack. Now this attack is real time. This happened. This, we are not talking about something that didn't happen. And if you see the attack map, okay, see the attack map, and how many malwares we are processing, things are happening across the world, how many exploitations are happening. This is not just a graphical demo or illusion to show you like, oh, okay, this is happening. No, this is all real. This is happening real. Okay, so these many attacks are happening, and of course there are cybersecurity solutions to protect. We need to be sure. What if you don't have a security solution? What do you have? What if you don't have an antivirus in your mobile? Could you be a victim? No, you might already be a victim, but you don't know that. How many of you are seeing ads when you're accessing a mobile application or any Android application for that matter? So that ad you're seeing your will, right? You don't want to see your ad when you're when you're playing a PUBG, or when you're chatting in WhatsApp. You don't want to see an ad from somebody, right? But still we are all seeing those ads. So that those ads are targeted attacks as well. How targeted attacks? It is simple. The cookies in your phones try to understand what you do, what is the nature of your surfing, and what you want to see and what you don't want to see, and they'll try to bring whatever you might interest, and they'll take money from your pocket for that. So it is like selling an interest to you and getting money out of it. It is, though you might not want the product, or it is like inducing you, or it is like making you confused to buy something so that they can earn. So yes, starting from a simple adware also can be a vulnerability. Okay, so if you're seeing ads on your phone, yes, of course you are vulnerable. Okay, now moving to the FireEye and all these digital attack maps, or might be little, you know, if you look at the data, it might be really annoying, and you might be afraid of what's happening. Yes, there are ways to save this, and so some of you might think this is just a graphic, and this guy is simply showing these graphics, and there is nothing actually happening out there, right? Okay, now let's see whether something is actually happening out there or not. Okay, so now I'll just stop this presentation for a quick demo. Okay, then we'll see how this can be happen. And now hacking is like any sort, right? Now how about Facebook password. Okay, this is a bad thing. Okay, if you have an option to harm someone. Okay, now we have Facebook here. Okay, right, let the Facebook get loaded. Now you have access to somebody's computer accidentally or incidentally. Now you went to your friend's house. Now your friend is sitting in front of you. Okay, now the friend is using a Facebook. Now this is my account, my personal account. I'm taking I am vulnerable at this point. Okay, so I'm just logging out at this point. Okay, so you might have seen a lot of information which you don't have to see. That's all right. Okay, but this information, can you see? There is an email address, there is a password. Okay, now the password which is saved in the browsers, can we see this password? Yes, we can see the password. How we can see the password? We can go to simply we can go to settings. Okay, and sorry, it is taking some time to load. Let's give it some time. Yeah, so now if you see, I have passwords here. Okay, and I can have a lot of, come on, I'm a security engineer, but I have a lot of passwords saved, because everybody save passwords when they browse page, when they come across something. Now there is a show, right? But if I click on it, oh, there is a security warning. So I need to know my computer's password to access these passwords, right? Is it? No, I don't think so. Let's see. Okay, now there is a text here, email, then there is a text here. Now I have a little bit of knowledge on HTML. Let's see what I can do with my knowledge. Okay, so I am running a inspector. So I'm just the elements. Okay, this is a simple inspect element tool. Okay, I'm just clicking the simple inspect element tool, and I'm clicking on this email address. Can you see this input type? This input type, I'll change it to password. Okay, so now it's okay, it's all happening in real time. This is just facebook.com. Okay, and I'm trying to see what's happening when I do something. So now if you see, can you see this solution here? It's a McAfee TrueKey. Okay, I am using a security solution to prevent the exploitation of the password. So I might not be able to make anything odd at this point when I'm using this TrueKey. Okay, so yeah, that's a good thing, right? I'm not able to do anything with the passwords. Yes, but I can manage to get something out. Using a key encryption or a master repository to protect your keys. Yes, you might not be able to exploit it, but what if it's a different browser? So this browser I have protected. Okay, but I have another browser here. Let's open this browser. Okay, so this is another browser. This is Chromium. Okay, now I don't have TrueKey here. I just disabled the TrueKey. Now let's go to facebook.com here. Okay, it will work on any, for that matter. Okay, it will work on any website, not just Facebook. Okay, so here if you see, I just disable my TrueKey solution. So my keys, not safe here. Why it is not safe? For example, now let's do the inspect element again. Okay. With some knowledge on HTML. Okay, I'm not a programmer, I'm not a developer, I have a little bit knowledge of HTML. Now, so this is the input type. Now this says email, right? So now here I'll set it password, right? So now you see this email become a password. Okay, so can I make it to text again? I can make it to text again. Let's check that out. Okay, so this is the password. Let me edit the HTML once again, and let me put it as text this time, not an email. Let me put it as text this time. Okay. So that become a text. So what will become? What will happen to the password if I do that? No, I'm not going to do that, because you will see my password, right? But I want you to try this, ma'am. Anybody from the faculty's team, can you try doing this on your browser? You don't have to show it to us. Just try it and see whether it works or not. and let the students know how harmful it is to save a password on a browser. Shankari ma'am?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
we are trying, sir.
Dev tools and use the inspect elements to select the object, because there are a lot of objects in a website. It is hard to find. Now, wherever you see password to text, you don't have to share your screen. You don't have to show it to the kids. Okay, just set it to text and see whether you're able to find your password or not.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
Are you able to see your password
yes, sir.
without providing any security information, like using your username and password for your computer? So by you just simply
Yes.
changed it to text, right?
No.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now, do you think is it safe to save the password on the browser?
No. No, sir.
No, it is not safe to save a password on a browser. So if you just leave your computer just like this and move step away for 1 second, that 1 second is good enough for somebody else in your access
Yeah.
to the physical access to the machine to get the password. And you know what comes out of comes out of this? It's not just this password. Okay, if somebody knows your password, they try to guess the password for other services, like your emails, like your banking accounts. So what if they have access to your online services that you use, your email, your banking applications? What um, I just request others to keep on mute.
Kindly mute your mic. Participants, kindly mute your mic.
So we just it
Kishore,
is just
kindly mute your mic. Kishore. Kishore, kindly mute your mic. Kishore Kumar. Kishore Kumar, kindly mute your mic. Kishore Kumar.
6 மாசம் யூஸ் பண்றா ஃபீட் பண்ண மழை 1000 ரூபாய்க்கு வாங்க.
Sir, you can proceed, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So this can work with any website. I'm not talking about Facebook here. Okay, Facebook, I just took it as an example. Okay, but you can use this on anything, any website, any browser that you come across. If you have just simple knowledge of HTML, you can exploit it. So I just took an advantage of HTML web page in an unexpected way. So this is also a hacking. Okay, now just moving forward. Okay, now let's get to this demo folder. Can you see this invite? Okay, now this invite is something that I received from the faculties who arranged this session for all of us, right? So this is the invitation. Okay, so let's open this invitation. Okay, and I'll show you what this invitation looks like. Okay, now can you see this invitation? Right, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Women, Department of Computer Science, all legit. Ma'am, is this the same invitation that you sent to me?
Same invitation.
Same invitation, right? So yes, I have the same invitation, but I have done something, something malicious with this invitation, right? Now I'm just what I'm doing. I'm just sending this email to Shankari ma'am. Okay. I just have other solutions also. You can ping me. I'm just about to ask you. Ping me on WhatsApp, so that should be fine.
So I'll put it into chat box, sir.
No, if you're comfortable, you can put it in the chat box because I won't do it. And then I'll put it in the chat box.
Okay, sir. I'll put it in the chat box, sir.
Okay, so now I have, let me see.
So I think it is a different mail ID.
Okay, but this mail, you have access on your computer, right?
I can access.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to send an email to you, as I said, a new email. Give me a minute, I'll just quickly send it.
You got it, sir. Please wait, I'll open it.
I just sent it simply in the WhatsApp, okay, for
Okay.
reference. If you have WhatsApp web on your computer, just open this invite that I sent to you. Okay, just download the invite.
So it is asking me a proper app for opening.
If you try it in your mobile phone, it will not open because I designed it for your computer. So if you have WhatsApp web, you can get it on WhatsApp, or I'll just quickly send it another way. Just give me a second. Okay, ma'am. Actually, we are nearing our session. Okay, so
Okay.
wasting time on sending the email.
Yes,
I'll
sir,
just
yes.
quickly show you what it happens on my machine itself. I hope. Yeah, thank you. I hope everybody can see this invite. Okay, this invite is built as an exe. If you don't enable show extension option, you will not see that exe option. You will just simply see invite. Many of us don't have extension option enabled on our computer, so you'll just simply see an invite and an image. Okay, and it's a legitimate image. Okay, so we'll just simply open the image, try to open the image. Okay, if you see in the front, the image opens up as we see. Yes, but can you see there is some other in the back end that is running? Okay, let's see what is that. Oh, it says something like this. It's a command prompt that happened in the back end, and it ran, it executed, and it's just gone away now. So what it done in the background, I don't know yet. Anyway, I built it, I can show what it done. Okay, so I'm running it once again, okay, so that you can all see. Okay, I don't want this image to interrupt, cloud my thoughts. I just closed it. Now I have this. You see what it says? It says you're hacked. What harm it could have done? I don't know yet. It just say you're hacked. So sometimes it might not even it might not even say. Sometimes it might not even say whether you're hacked or not. Okay, how this happened? Okay, now I have created an icon from this image. It's a small strip, small, it's a small scale version of this same image, and this is the image file, and this is a bat file that I simply wrote. And for this matter, this doesn't have to be a bat file. Okay, it can be a Python script, or it can be a JavaScript, or if you're good at any programming language, you can use any programming language for that matter. Okay, so this says start, wait, command, echo, you are hacked, and echo pass. That's it. It's a simple. It don't do any harm. It just runs a program in the backend. Okay, so how this program is run while you're seeing an image? Yes, that's what I'm going to show you quickly. Okay, I'm selecting this bat file, and I'm selecting this meeting, and I'm using a simple archive solution. Okay, send it to archive. I'm making it a self-extractable. Just simply renamed it. Sorry, I just used the rename to copy the name, and I paste it. Okay, and I copy the bat file. Okay, name, and I placed it in the. Okay, so run after extraction the meeting invite JPG and the bat JPG. So first, so you will see the image, and the back end I can run the bat file. Sometimes the bat file might not be an echo like that, because I kept it as an echo. That's why the console came up to see. Sometimes I can run it in the background also if I know how to do it. Okay. For now, I know how to do it, but I cannot teach you all those things. So I just simply like a bat file, an invite, and I just kept it this way. And I just go to the modules, and I'm hiding all the modules and going to text option, load an from this file. So I need an icon. You can convert any image into an icon online as simple. It just take 30 seconds to do it for even for a person who. Okay, so this is an icon, and I'm clicking OK, and I click OK. Now it's all done. Now if I come to the demo section, now I have an invite. Oh my goodness. Now if I click on the invite, it is opening. A lot of programs running on my computer, so it might take some time to open. See, the image opened, the command opened, and it did say you're hacked. So next time when you receive an email with image, will you open it? Yes, you might have to open it for your day in, day out job. Have an antivirus installed on your machine to protect this. Okay, and now this is a malicious file. This is a virus, and I have an antivirus running. Okay, but it didn't detect this virus, didn't detect the malware. Yes, there are a lot of things that you need to learn. I didn't disable my threat protection. I have my antivirus running. Okay, I'll just quickly show you that. Okay, my antivirus is still running, but my antivirus is still not able to identify this malware. Even if I send this to Shankari ma'am, if Shankari ma'am opened on her laptop, the antivirus will not identify this file, because this file's hash never recorded as a malware in any of the world's databases. So this file is I created now in front of your eyes. So this codes, this file, this hash value of this file will be unique. So that's where the malware numbers are going high. Anybody can create a virus just talking as we speak, and that may not be scanned as properly, and that may not be scanned and identified as a threat. Okay, so I have an antivirus endpoint security running on this machine which do all scannings, but still it could not find this malware. So I can have another session of how antivirus and other things works, but we have our time limit here. We are already consuming extra. Okay, so over to Shankari ma'am. Shankari ma'am, how was the session? Do we need to discuss anything further if you want, if we have time?
Participants, the session is now open for the questions. any questions, you can post it in the chat box. Sir, you want to continue, sir?
I can give a little bit of a demo on RAT, the remote
Sure,
access
sir.
tool. Okay.
Okay.
So another 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay, sir. We shall continue, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm just going to ping you some links on WhatsApp. I want you to open this on your browser. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
சரி இந்த ஸ்டேட்டில் தான் ஃபோன் வாங்கிட்டாங்க வந்து ஒரு 5-6 பேருக்கு கூப்பிட்றதுக்கு லைன்
Sir, will you pin it in chat box, sir?
No, ma'am. There are some corporate features I'm using here. I don't want do that. This is just a simple website link. You can type it. I just put it on the WhatsApp already. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Ma'am, it's just a simple warning. Okay, I'm going to take remote access to your computer. Okay, so I might be able to use your microphone. I might be able to use your screen. I mean, I can use your computer as if I'm sitting there. Okay, so don't take me wrong. It's just a simple demonstration. Okay, I'll make sure that your information are safe. Okay.
Okay, sir. We got it, sir.
Okay, so that link which I sent, it might be asking for your code. Use this code to open, download the file. See, this file is a corporate file that we are using to help people, but the same technology, different way. So what if the same technology used in a different way? That's what I'm just trying to show you guys. Okay. Have you downloaded the file? It's a portable exe.
Downloading, sir.
Okay, so just let me know. Yeah.
It's going.
Sure.
We got it, sir.
Yeah, exe. It'll be asking for some permissions. Please grant it. Okay.
Sir, it is asking for the pin code, sir.
Right.
Yeah, provide the pin code that I pinged in WhatsApp.
Got it, sir. Got it. Sir, type can't be reached.
Okay. I'll ping you once again. Okay, just give me a second. Pinged in WhatsApp.
Got it, sir.
The pin.
Sir, type can't be reached.
Okay. I'll ping you once again. Okay, just give me a second. Pinged in WhatsApp. The site is full, ma'am. I just tested now. Please try.
Okay, sir. Once again, you'll try, sir. Please, HTTP. So once again, we'll try, sir. Please wait.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Take your time. You're good here.
Please try.
Okay, sir. Once again. So once again, we'll try, sir. Please wait.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Take your time. You're good here.
Please try.
Okay, sir. Once again. No, sir, we didn't get it, sir. After loading, it is asking password. Giving password, site can't be reached. We got that message. Hello, sir. Sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, I was talking in mute. I'll just give you a different passcode. Try it once again. If not happening, then it's fine. Okay.
Okay, sir. So after asking password, it is not displaying anything, sir.
Yeah, it will download an executable file. Can you check your downloads once?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, I was talking in mute. I'll just give you a different passcode. Try it once again. If not happening, then it's fine. Okay.
Okay. So after asking password,
It will download an executable file. Can you check your downloads once?
so you have passed one more password, sir. You have sent
Yeah.
one more password.
Yes. I pinged one more password. Try
Okay.
this. Try this one. If you don't find it on downloads, try this
Okay.
passcode. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, I picked all of the password. Try this one. If you don't find it on downloads, try this password.
No, sir.
That's all right. That's all right. Maybe. Okay. So basically, what I can do, I can completely take your computer as if I'm sitting there. Okay. I can use your webcam. I can use your microphone. I can use your files. I can copy files and I can put some files and I can install application. Whatever I want to do. I think as if I'm sitting in front of your computer, I can access your computer with a RAT, remote access tool. Okay. So RAT or malwares. The malwares can be implanted with the image file that I showed you. It's simple. It is nothing hard to find to make it a legitimate file. Okay, so I can make it look like a legitimate file just by pinning it with an image. Okay, I can in this case I just had a bat file in the backend running. Okay, instead of a bat file, I can make an RAT image, and once I run an RAT behind this image, I'll get a communication from your machine that you open the session. So once the session is open, I can do anything with your computer. Instead of harming you, I can use your computer to harm somebody else either. So when a cyber when the cyber crime police started looking for the attack, okay, they might not find me, they might find you, and without doing anything, you might become a victim, and you might get have a legal complications behind the scene. So all this because of a simple exploitation that you accidentally clicked an image that I sent to you. Okay, so it's very to target somebody to exploit something, and it's very hard to protect. To protect something, please do not click on any links that you don't open. Do not open any ads. Please do not open any images that you receive as an attachment without inspecting that. Okay, and make sure your antivirus running on your machines and everything is up to date. Okay, do not look into the browsers and websites that is unwanted. Okay, even I can have you some mobile hackings. I can have something on your Android phone. I can have a GPS spoofing. I can have a call spoofing. Okay, we can do a lot of demos. I can show you a lot of things, and I can discuss how we can overcome that. But that's what I do as a day in day out job. So even if I have to speak for like hours, yes, I have a lot of content to show you to speak and help you to protect yourself. But time is a constraint here, so I'm just winding up in right here. Over to Shankari ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, we have a
Yes,
couple
ma'am.
of questions in the chat box.
Yeah, I just saw them. I'll quickly respond to that. Okay.
Can I read it, sir?
Yeah, I can read it. I'll just answer right as I'm reading it. Okay. So, using DDoS, yes, using DDoS is illegal. Any form of cyber attack is illegal. Okay. So, using DDoS is illegal, but sometimes we may not be able to find the people who are doing DDoS. It might be funny. If you spend $35 on a deep web, you can get a week-long DDoS attack on any website that you name it. You just all you have on something that is already available on public. So SQL servers are not on public, so you might not be able to inject anything exactly using DDoS. But if you see, DDoS is only service that is publicly available to down the service which is publicly available. But the SQL injection can be done. Can be done, but in this case we need to understand what is the function of the website and how it handles the data and how it try to respond. For example, in this case we use to Facebook, and we try on how Facebook uses, how the browser uses to save the data, and how the HTML page process the information that is given as a feed. So simply we need to understand the of the website. As I said, hacking is taking advantage of properties in an unexpected way. So you need to understand the property of the website edge of it, even if it is a DDoS attack. Okay. Yes, SQL injection can be done in many ways. DDoS can be, but not on all the sites. Okay. So the TeamViewer. Okay, we have a question on TeamViewer. Yes, TeamViewer. If you see WhatsApp web, messages web, all these things giving you option to take advantage the Android phone and other things and other remote PCs. Everything you can take advantage remotely using internet. Yes. So RAT TeamViewer not access tool, but in TeamViewer we take users consent, right? We'll ask permission. Now I ask Shankari ma'am, it will be asking a couple of permissions. Please. So these are legitimate tools, TeamViewer and what I use and all. Okay, so we take users consent. We take their consent to proceed further. But the malwares, which most of the time don't take users consent to implant an attack. So an RAT malware is something that gives user permission. I believe this answered Karthikeyan's question on TeamViewer and SQL injection and DDoS. Is there any other questions?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We have a question from our side, sir. Like,
Yeah. Please go ahead.
if we don't have an antivirus software, how do we attack?
See, if you don't know, that's what I'm saying. Even with an antivirus, you might be in an attack. That's what I'm trying to say. The whole picture, antivirus, you might be under attack. See, antivirus, what it does. Quickly, I'll give you an insight. Okay. Now, have you seen the accident zone? Travel carefully or drive carefully. Have you seen this boards? Accident zone, drive carefully boards. So, why we keep the boards there? Accidents happened in that place already, so we know that that place is quite dangerous. Accidents tend to happen, so we keep the board there, right? So antivirus is something like that. So what the threat intelligence is doing? Threat intelligence in the worldwide, it's just collecting the hash values of a file that is malicious. Okay, now I am infected by a file. Now by digging deep, we found what file infected. Okay, through a forensic, we found what file is infected. Now we take the file's hash value and we are marking it as malicious in the global threat intelligence. Now same way, the files that you are running has a hash value. Okay, I'll just simply the quick demo. Okay. Now, I'm just opening PowerShell ISE.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we had the demo already, so I'll just simply go to the demo folder. Okay, now let's see what we have. So we have this invite.exe. Can you see the invite.exe is there? Now I can. So now I'm trying to get the hash value. Okay, so can you see a hash value SHA-256 hash value has been created for this file? Okay, I rename the if I rename the file, if I change the extension, whatever I do in the file, if the content of the file is not changed, this hash value will not be changed. Okay, so what antivirus does, antivirus value saved in the dat file, and it will scan your machines to get the hash values of each and every file in your system and compare it with the hash files of malicious softwares. And if the hash matched, then the antivirus will mark it as an infected file. Okay, so if the hash is not available with antivirus, even if it is a malicious, no, will not do anything to your machine. So I'm saying, even with an antivirus, you are vulnerable, but the vulnerability percentage is reduced. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, this file I created, invite, is a malicious file, but my antivirus will not identify it's a malicious file because that hash information is not available in the DAT of the antivirus. So this is not malicious according to the antivirus, but this is malicious as I create. Okay, so even with antivirus we are not safe, but it reduces the risk. So it is better to reduce, but it is better to save than sorry.
Okay.
Sir, we have one more question, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have many antivirus in the market, sir. Which antivirus is the best?
So I'm sorry, I cannot answer the question. Why? I'll just simply give you the reason. I'm from a corporate background. Okay, so if I'm saying some names, that will be like marketing. Okay, and that is a conflict of interest for corporate affairs. So I will not mention. I will not answer this question, but you can get the answer. Simply Google it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Please go ahead.
So one more question. So we know that can capture unknown.
So I have a question from yeah, we have Windows Defender. Yeah. Okay, I have the question is like we already have Windows Defender, and why we another antivirus? See, Windows Defender is also an antivirus. Okay. See, again, these statements, if I make some statements, it will be interest between. Windows Defender is also an antivirus, so you don't need another antivirus when you have already one. That answers your questions. But why we use Windows Defender, why we don't have to use Windows Defenders, I cannot answer. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, we have one more.
Sometimes I wish I'm a professor in a college. It might be easy to answer all your questions, but this corporate background just stops me from answering many of your questions.
We understand, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, we have two more questions in the chat box, sir. One is asked, is virtual keyboard safer?
Yeah, virtual keyboards are safer, but if you see any keyboard, okay, that's a good question. I appreciate Muthu Selvi for bringing. I'll just show you some more information. Okay, maybe a screen share. In the screen, I'll just show you. Okay, manager running on the Windows. Okay, so Windows device manager is what handles the devices. Basically, everything in the Windows, I mean, virtual hardware or a physical hardware, everything or drivers. Can you see my screen? Device manager. Okay, now I have let's say, where is our pointer devices? We have keyboard. Now standard PSD HID keyboard drive device. So whatever the keyboard you will add, virtual or physical, it doesn't matter. It will start showing up here because every keyboard uses a driver. Okay, in the background. Okay. Now when we have the Trojans that reads keys from your keyboard clicks, that will target these drivers. That will not target your USB port. That will not target your exact keyboard that you use. That will hook up with the drivers. Whatever the drivers is doing, it will monitor and it will send the data. So use is also unsafe if you have a malware or a Trojan on your computer. So please make sure that your computer is safe and you have only necessary files and you have only necessary process running on your machine. Always keep a look on your appwiz.cpl to make sure that no unwanted applications are installed on you, and please make sure that you're not seeing any ads, any pop-ups on your computer. So that will make sure that you will not get prone to any of these malicious or Trojans or and remember, any hardware, virtual or physical, as the information flows through the driver, the attacks will target on drivers. Attack is targeted on drivers. So if the drivers are attacked, doesn't matter if you're used virtual or physical, it's unsafe.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and Okay, so we can use advanced solutions, sandboxing, advanced threat intelligence, global threat intelligence to protect the attacks happening on the new viruses as well, using new viruses and new malicious files as well.
Okay, sir.
Did that answer Karthikeyan's question?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any more questions?
So we have one more question in the chat box, sir.
Yeah.
How can we prevent data leakage?
Okay. Um, those are all brilliant questions coming to me. Um, 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 so I can answer. I have one more question on the chat box that says sandbox is like VMware. Madam, can you repeat that question? I have one more question from Karthikeyan. Can you repeat your question once again?
How can we prevent data leakage?
Okay, so we have solutions called. See, I'm a specialist in data protection. I protect the data from leaking in organizations and like that. Okay, so how we protect data leakage? It's pretty simple. We monitor. We have specialized software for monitoring. Okay, of an organization, of an individual device, or to any scale. Okay, so we classify the data in three ways. Okay, we call the data in motors, that is data in motion, data in rest, okay, and data in use. When you print a file, we call it as a data in use. Okay, when you send a file to somebody, we call it as data in motion. When you simply save, you keep the file in your folders, or in your browser, or your hard disk, or on your OneDrive, or any cloud solution for that matter, we call it as data at rest. So we need to protect the data by understanding what data in rest you have, what data in motion you have, and what data in use you have. So it's a huge topic when it comes to data protection. Okay, we have solutions to protect all these three vectors. We can protect the data wherever, whether it is in your device or in cloud or anywhere in between. We can protect the data, but we have a specialized software for that. And if you that's what, if you want a personal solution, the personal solution is being careful, nothing else. When it we have a ton of solution for that. Yes, there are questions. Can someone hack into my Alexa? Aisha, I the answer is, give me like 2 3 days. I may be able to hack your Alexa. So yes, if it is connected to the internet, if it is connected, it has an operating system, it is vulnerable. We can hack your Alexa. Okay, keep changing your Amazon password. See, these days are there. People use one Prime account to watch videos on many devices, and your friends will ask for the password. Don't share the password. Okay, if you share your password, it takes a genius to hack your device. Even though your friend sitting next to you can do that. Okay, so don't do it. And Karthikeyan's questions are sandbox. Sandboxing is a technology, Karthikeyan. Sandboxing is an idea. Many people have sandboxing solution. Mac, Apple, and their operating system itself. Yes, VMware is also having. If you say containers, docking solution, everything comes with the sandboxing. Sandboxing is an idea, and there are a lot of technologies out there. A lot of companies out there using sandboxing solutions. Yes, VMware is also having some sandboxing solutions. And is Mac also virus? Anything with an internet access, anything with an operating system is vulnerable. So even there are virus for Macs. But one simple thing about Macs, when a file is trying to access something that it doesn't have to access, will warn you and will request your permission to do it. So Mac's security is little tighter than Windows, but in a corporate scale, you can make your Windows machines much safer than your Mac machines, because Mac is most of a consumer-centric device. It's not a corporate-centric device when it is now. Apple is also moving to a enterprise-centric product range. So Mac can be. There are viruses for Mac be protected, and Mac is also at the same time vulnerable. So it is not. There is no difference like whether you use Linux, whether you use Windows, whether you use Mac. Everything that has internet. My answer is going to be the same for all your questions. Everything that has internet, that is vulnerable.
Okay, sir. Sir, you're very patient.
Yeah, one more question. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'll quickly answer. I'm just getting interesting questions. Karthikeyan's question on Kali Linux can be the many terms that Karthikeyan speaks might not be aware for many of the students. Karthikeyan, okay, I have my LinkedIn information pinged in. You can just chat me. I can answer all your questions. Okay, some questions for others. Okay, you have a lot of interesting asks. I can answer all your questions, but this forum might not be sufficient to discuss. That's what I'm saying.
So you're very patient, sir, in answering every questions that pop up in the chat box.
That comes with an experience, ma'am. I'm a technical support engineer. Okay, I have questions from my customers. Okay, I in a day in day out thousands of questions. So I am happy to see questions from students. Okay, because sometimes I receive mostly questions from people with 15 year, 20 years experience. These kids, they just started seeing the world, and they have so many questions that actually makes me happy.
Yes, sir.
And
So
I,
you
yeah, I'm just pinging. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just pinging my LinkedIn. Sorry, ignore the link that I pinged. I will just send my LinkedIn, profile. Okay, please connect to me. Whomsoever have advanced questions which cannot be answered in the forum. Okay, I'll
okay,
just
sir.
respond to
Sure,
you.
sir.
I'll just respond to all of them. Okay.
Okay, sir. So you've
Yeah.
delivered how is security important, irrespective of connecting from any devices, and you've also shown us a real-time scenario of attacks happening around the world. And this demo was really interesting, sir. And moreover, you have patiently answered all the questions. So we are grateful for the time and the effort you have taken to share your knowledge with us, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Actually, I have to thank the organizing committee for this digital forum. Okay, the industry is working in a different way, and the people are not aware of many of these features. At least the kids these days, they should know how to protect. Okay, today many of our parents have Android devices, iPhones, or a computer. Okay, but many of them don't know what they're doing with their devices. So this is an opportunity not only to educate our students, they can go ahead and protect their father, their mother, who owns a bank account and they use mobile banking and all those things. It's just I'm using this forum to make the world a better place. Okay, so I personally extend my thanks to all the organizing committee members to giving me an opportunity, a wonderful opportunity like the brilliant minds of yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Tomorrow we have a session on automated testing in agile environment delivered by Mrs. Taranya Nandagopal, Senior Software Automation Engineer, Nexus USA at 4:30 p.m. I would like to extend all the participants for their cooperation. Thank you all.